Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all over the world. Dobson 777A here. So we've been following this closely. The House approved Centennial 2021 Morgan and Peace dollars. This was in September 25th, 2020. Well, then I noticed that we had an update on January 6th, 2021 Peace and Morgan silver dollars confirmed. So it turns out most recent legislation was signed on January 6th, and now we're going to get something that has not been produced in over 100 years. Centennial means 100 years. Now they're going to be doing Denver, Philadelphia, San Francisco mints, but they're also considering featuring Carson City and New Orleans privy mark to honor the history of these two former facilities. And they're saying Philadelphia may strike a high relief piece silver dollars. There's a story to that. I'll get into that a little bit later. They tried to do this in the past and it didn't work out as well as they thought, but with new modern practices probably do better. Let's take a quick look what this looks like. So this is a 1921 version, and then I've got this is what the 2021 is going to look like. So this is kind of interesting. I can't wait to see this because I've got a few. These are Morgans, and they're beautiful. Morgans are one of the most highly sought after coins available, in silver at least. Now, some of the interesting things that I found out is they were authorized to mint no less than 90% silver. So it's going to be potentially 90% silver, 10% copper. And again, they do that because of handling purposes. It makes it apparently a more durable coin. Down here, they were talking about collectors collect Morgan and Peace silver dollars for their designs and high silver content, about 90% fine silver and 10% copper. So some of the history here is that the Morgan dollar was minted from 1878 to 1904 and 1921 from Philadelphia, San Francisco, Denver, New Orleans, and Carson City mints. A little history you may not have been aware of, that in 1918 a Pittman Act came into play. This act mandated the melting of approximately 270 million Morgan silver dollars to help Great Britain's economy during World War I. German propaganda released in India tested and harmed the British economy. This propaganda falsely swindled many Indian citizens into believing they could not redeem silver into British banknotes. As a result, citizens ran for silver, and Britain could not meet the demand for silver, so the Pittman Act allowed the U.S. to melt down the Morgan silver dollars to sell to the U.K. for $1 per troy ounce. As a result, 270 million Morgan silver dollars are forever lost. This was actually about half the total mintage for these coins. Years later, the U.S. found many more silver dollars in the Treasury vaults. However, not many of these coins ever left the Treasury. As a result, today's prices for collected uncirculated Morgan silver dollars vary depending on condition, mint mark, and other coins' grade. The 2021 Morgan silver dollar will have different editions commemorating the mints that struck the coins and privy marks for those that no longer exist. Curiously, about the peace dollars, there was some controversy with these peace dollars. The production was delayed in 1921, and it had a problem with the way they had depicted celebrating the victory. They had listed a broken sword, and that normally meant it's a mark of a defeat. So the U.S. Mint had to postpone production because they're like, hey, we won the war. Why are we showing a broken sword? I guess, there's different interpretations, but anyways, they had to go fix all the dies by hand used to strike the coins. What was interesting is this was a high relief coin, and back then this level of relief led to production issues because the high pressure necessary to achieve the high relief, the dies often broke. So the December 1921 Peace silver dollar has a relatively small mintage of just over 1 million when comparing to the silver Morgan dollars. The Peace silver dollar is extremely rare. The U.S. Mint decided to lower the relief of the coin, which is why the mintage of the Peace silver dollars ballooned in 1922 with over 50 million coins. This was the most for the coin in its history. So it looks like we're going to have some new coins that we can pick up, probably estimating 90% silver. This is going to be quite a collector's thing. I wonder if somebody's going to be selling like a collection of all these different mints that they're and other mints that they're not actually minting from, but they're going to have privy marks of the other mints. That'd be cool to get the whole collection for 2021. I haven't seen anybody advertising this yet, but that's what I'm going to be looking for. See if I can get a collection of all of them. That'll be kind of neat. Let me know your thoughts on that. So we got a couple articles talking about inflation, and I know you're seeing the changes in prices. Sorry about that. You're seeing the changes in prices of items, that everyday items, and the limiting of certain items available for purchase. So right now, Morgan Stanley has been, I guess, twice now laying out the forecast that get ready, folks, it's coming. And they're already showing inflation expectations significant from the downturn that we had back in March, rising up. But I want you to realize that we are going to see this no matter what, because of just the insane amount of printing that's going on. So you need to be aware that we are going to probably kind of get killed here. And you've got to protect yourself some way. I have been trying and begging and pleading for folks to buy tangible assets. Get your hands on anything that's tangible, and also leverage it somehow that you can, like real estate, for instance. Leverage it with a mortgage, fixed rate, that kind of thing. It's going to protect you through this whole reset. Even though all the prices are going to continue to inflate, the housing prices, everything else, you're locking down your payment. So if you're renting an apartment, all the prices of roofing and everything else, rents are going to go up and up and up because taxes are going to go up, but you can at least fix your mortgage and you're going to come out ahead of anybody that's renting by a mile. I have been working really hard since 2012, not only getting my tangible assets in place, but getting all of the major improvements done to protect me from what's coming. Just so happens I had, I think my oldest water heater finally failed, and I'm changing that out tomorrow, but all the big ticket items have been completed. And you just got to think ahead, folks. Don't wait for this stuff to hit you in the head. I asked last year that you pull money forward to kind of accomplish this, but we are expecting some significant inflation to occur here. And I mentioned before, from 1970 to 1980, during the last international gold reset, that the U.S. no longer would allow anybody to redeem their U.S. dollars into gold internationally. So that was taken away, and we went from one family breadwinner to having both family members having to work. What's going to happen this time? How are you going to do it now? Not going to be able to make it. What's coming? This is going to be horrible. I can't express it any different. Could be an increase of 50 to 100% in prices. And remember, gold and silver increased 15 times from 1970 to 1980. So that is the potential that we have of protecting your purchasing power. And with the miners, it'll be 4 times that protection. So just a little dab will do you that. Now, another interesting thing, there was, I've been seeing this on several channels where they're talking about a lot of insect farming. And this is something that you see more overseas, but we are now going to be doing this in the United States, and it has to be for initially animal feed. Apparently, you can grow tremendous amount of protein in black fly soldier larvae versus the protein that you would get from grains. And I mean, it's like 100 times more protein in this black soldier fly larva. So they're talking about, I forget what the number is, 60,000 metric tons of animal feed per year. And this is going to be interesting. Think about it. Instead of using grains, they could getting a much more dense protein. So more than likely what this is going to be doing is mixed in with the grains and to give a little higher protein. So I didn't know if you knew that, but there's some other channels that are saying that this is actually our future food. They're going to make God knows what out of this soldier fly larva stuff, and you're probably going to get these burgers and everything else. So we'll find out if we go from animal feed to human feed. I'm not sure, but again, they're talking about food prices are going to be spiking. This is what happened 2011 to 2012 when we had silver jumped up like crazy. So you may see the same thing again here as this thing blows off, and it did in a very short amount of time, inflation, and then they'll try to tamp it down. So keep in mind, we're seeing several different data sources all kind of predicting the same thing. And it's not going to be just silver, but it's going to be gold, platinum, food, everything. And I mean, people are not working, and we're getting these dinky little checks from the government, and they're not going to offset the food prices that are coming in. So, you know, people are not thinking that they need to change their habits yet. Clowns around here I've seen, they go on vacation when they get their checks. They're not planning for the future. All right, so I hope you're doing something different. I hope you're still saving. I hope you're still prepping. I guarantee you, if you have the space, if you grow your own meat, you can do it much cheaper. If you're getting these things on sale like I have, you know, get the turkey when it's 69 cents a pound. They were still selling them at my Kroger, still there, 69 cents a pound. So if you can do that, can it. Get the canning. It just takes some of your time, but you'll be getting some meals ahead, and you will be able to come out on this on the other side fine. But expect this to be like a 10-year grueling thing. And that's assuming we don't go into a civil war. If we go into a civil war, dude, this is going to get tough. It's going to get real tough. People are going to get ornery. I think that's it for today's report. I hope everybody's treating you well. I hope you're doing well. Do the best you can. God bless. So I have to explain, I had to get rid of a lot of the music that I had at the back here because all my videos were getting characterized as like cinematic and music and all this kind of stuff instead of being the investment/prepper channel. So I found this to be a little perturbing and probably a lot of reason why my doggone counts have been going down. So I've only got just a little bit of the section at the beginning and the end, and the rest of it is just the info you need to be able to survive in this complex world. All right, go potty. We gonna go bye-bye? Are we gonna go bye-bye? Here we go bye-bye. We gonna go bye-bye? Yeah, all right. You going to get in the car? We're not quite ready. I'm almost ready. You almost ready? Okay.